Chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. The accounts of a blessing with which Enoch blessed righteous and elect ones, who will be present on a day of distress, to remove all the enemies, and righteous ones will be saved. And taking up his parables, he spoke, Enoch, a righteous human whose eyes were opened by God, who had the vision of the Holy One and of the heavens, which he showed to me. And I heard everything from the words of the watchers and all the holy ones. And as I heard everything from them, I also understood what I saw. And it is not for this generation that I expound, but I utter things about a generation which is distant. And now I say things about the elect ones, and I take up my parable about them. And the great Holy One will come forth from his dwelling, and the God of the age will walk, and from that place upon the earth, upon the Sinai mountain, and he will appear out of his camp, and he will appear in his strong power, and he will shine in his might from the heavens of the heavens. Chapter 1, verses 5 through 8. And all will be filled with fear, and the watchers will quake, and they will seek to hide themselves in all the ends of the earth. All the ends of the earth will be shaken, and trembling and great fear will seize them even to the ends of the earth. And high mountains will be shaken and will fall and will be broke apart. And high hills will be made low, so that the mountains may flow away and melt like wax from the face of a fire in a flame. And the earth will be split asunder with a rent tear, and everything, as much as is upon the earth, will perish. And there will be a judgment upon all, and upon all the righteous ones. And he will make his peace with the righteous ones, and there will be protection and peace over the elect ones, and mercy will be upon them, and they will all belong to God. And he will give them his good pleasure, and he will bless them all, and he will assist them all, and he will help us. And the light of God will shine upon them, and he will make peace with them. Chapter 1, verse 9. Because behold, he is coming with tens of thousands of his holy ones, to make a judgment against all, and to cause all the impious ones to perish. And he will convict all flesh in regard to all the works of their impiety which they impiously committed, and in regard to all the proud and hard discourses which impious sinners uttered against him. Chapter 2, verse 1 through chapter 5, verse 3. All of you contemplate all works, and observe the works of the heavens, and the luminaries which do not change their courses in the stations of their lights, and how they all arise and set. Each one has been assigned in its assigned season, and they shine at their fixed seasons and do not transgress their own assignment. All of you observe the earth and contemplate its works, which take place on it from the beginning until the consummation. They are corruptible, that nothing at all changes, but all the works of God are manifest to you. All of you observe the signs of summer and complete all its works, and the signs of winter, how all the earth is filled with water, and clouds pour down rain upon it. All of you contemplate and observe how all the trees wither and shed all their foliage, except 14 trees which do not shed, which remain with the old until the new comes after 2 or 3 years. And again, all of you observe the signs of summer, whereby the sun burns and scorches, and all of you seek shelter and shade before it, and the earth burns with scorching heat, and not one of you are able to tread on the dust or on the rock because of the burning. All of you contemplate and observe all the trees. The foliage blossoms green on all of them, and it covers the trees, and all their fruit is for glorious honor. All of you praise and contemplate all these works, and understand that he who lives for the age of the ages made all these things. And this is how all his works which he does forever take place from year to year, and they all carry out their works for him, and their works do not alter, but they all perform his word. All of you observe how, in like manner, the sea and the rivers carry out and do not alter their works by abandoning his word. Chapter 5, verses 4 through 7. But each one of you have altered your works, and have not been steadfast, nor acted according to his instructions. Instead, you have turned aside. You have spoken proud and hard words with your unclean mouth against his greatness, for you have spoken against him with your lies. O hard of heart, you will have no peace. Then all of you will curse your days, and the years of your life will perish, and the years of your perdition will be multiplied in a perpetual curse, and not one of you will have mercy or peace. Then your names will be given as a perpetual curse for all the righteous ones, and all who curse will curse by you, and all the sinners and impious ones will swear by you, and all the elect ones will rejoice, and they will have forgiveness of sins, and all mercy and peace and gentleness. There will be a salvation for them, a good light, and they will inherit the earth. But for all you sinners, there will be no salvation. Instead, a curse will abide upon all of you. And there is a light and favor and peace for the elect ones, and they will inherit the earth. But for all you impious ones, there will be a curse. Chapter 5, verses 8 through 10. Then a light and favor will be given to the elect ones, and they will inherit the earth. Then wisdom will be given to all the elect ones, and all of them will live, and they will not sin any more, not against truth, nor according to arrogance. And in an enlightened human there will be an illumination, and in an experienced human a mind. And they will no longer make mistakes, nor will they sin all the days of their life, nor will they die in the fury of anger. Instead, they will complete the number of their days of their life, and their life will grow in peace, and the years of their joy will multiply in exceeding joy and perpetual peace all the days of their life. Chapter 6, verses 1 through 8. And it came to pass, when the sons of the humans had multiplied in those days, blooming and beautiful daughters were born to them. And the watchers, sons of the heavens, saw them and desired them. And they spoke to one another, Come, let us choose women for ourselves from the daughters of the humans of the earth, and let us beget children for ourselves. And Shemihazah, their chief, spoke to them, I fear that all of you will not want to do this deed, and I alone will be guilty of a great sin. And they all answered and spoke to him, Let us all swear an oath, and let us all bind one another with imprecations, that none of us will turn back from this counsel until we fulfill it and do this deed. Then they all swore to him together, and bound one another with imprecations upon it. Now they were all of them 200, who descended from the mountain in the days of Jared, onto the peak of the Hermon mountain, and they called the mountain Hermon, because they swore and bound one another with imprecations upon it. And these are the names of their chiefs: Shemihazah, who was their chief, Artachoth second to him, Ramashel third to him, Kokebel fourth to him, Armumahel fifth to him, Ramael sixth to him, Daniel seventh to him, Zekel eighth to him, Barak-el ninth to him, Azazel tenth to him, Hermani 11th to him, Matarel 12th to him, Ananel 13th to him, Setoel 14th to him, Shemshiel 15th to him, Sahariel 16th to him, Tumiel 17th to him, Turiel 18th to him, Yamiel 19th to him, Zehorel 20th to him. These are the chiefs of tens of the 200 messengers. Chapter 7, verses 1 through 6. These and all the others with them took women for themselves from among all whom they chose, and they began to go in to them, and to defile themselves with them until the flood, and to teach them sorcery and spell bindings, and to make clear to them the cutting of roots and plants. Now the women became pregnant by them, and bore to them 3 kinds. First, great giants, but the giants begot Nephilim, and to the Nephilim were born Eliod, and they were growing in accordance with their greatness, and they were devouring the labor of all the sons of the humans, and the humans were unable to sustain them. But the giants conspired to slay the humans and to devour them, and they began to sin against all the birds and beasts of the earth, and creepers which creep upon the earth, and in the waters, and in the heavens, and the fish of the sea, and they began to devour the flesh of one another, and they drank the blood. Then the earth petitioned against the lawless ones for everything which was done upon it. Chapter 8, verses 1 through 4. And Azazel, the 10th of the chiefs, taught the humans to make swords of iron, and weapons, and shields, and breastplates of brass, and every instrument of war. And he showed to them metals of the earth, and how they should work gold, to fashion it suitably, and concerning silver, to fashion it for bracelets and ornaments for the women. And he instructed them about antimony, and about eyeshadow, and about all manner of precious stones, and about dyes and varieties of adornments. And the sons of the humans made these for themselves and for their daughters, and they transgressed, and led the holy ones astray. And there was much impiety upon the earth, and they made their ways desolate. Shemihazah taught spellbinding and the cutting of roots and herbs of the earth. Hermane taught sorceries, incantations, sophistries, and loosing of incantations. Barachel taught the auguries of the lightning flashes. Kokab-el taught the auguries of the stars. Zik-el taught the auguries of the meteors. Arcticoff taught the auguries of the earth. Shemashiel taught the auguries of the sun. Sahariel taught the auguries of the moon, as well as the destruction of man. And they all began to reveal mysteries to their women and to their children. Then the giants began to devour the flesh of the humans, and humans began to become few upon the earth. And as the humans were perishing, their cry went up toward the heavens. Bring our case before the Most High, and our destruction before the glory of the Great One. Chapter 9, verses 1 through 11. And then the 4 great chief messengers, Michael and Sariel and Raphael and Gabriel, looked down from the holy place in the heavens upon the earth, and saw much bloodshed on the earth under it. And all the earth was filled with the impiety and violence which had befallen it. And entering in, they said to one another, The voice and the cry of the sons of the earth are ascending to the gates of the heavens. And they said to the holy ones of the heavens, The spirits and souls of the humans are petitioning, saying, Bring our case before the Most High, and our destruction before the glory of the Majesty, before the Lord of all lords in majesty. And Raphael and Michael and Sariel and Gabriel approached and said to the Lord of the ages, You are our great Lord, Lord of the ages, and God of gods and Lord of lords and King of kings and God of the ages. And the throne of your glory is for every generation of the generations of the age. And your name is holy and great and blessed for all the ages. For you have made all things and have authority over all. And all things are manifest and uncovered before you. And you see all things, and there is nothing which can be hidden from you. You see what Azazel has done, who has taught all iniquity and sin upon the earth, and all deceit upon the dry land. And he has made clear the mysteries of the age, and revealed to the world the things which are in the heavens, which the sons of the humans were striving to learn. And Shemihazah instructed humans in spellbinding, the one to whom you gave authority to govern all his associates. And they have gone to the daughters of the humans of the earth, and they have mated with them, and have defiled themselves with the women. And they have made clear to them every type of the sins, and have taught them to make hate charms. And now, behold, the daughters of the humans have borne sons from them, giants, half-breeds, and the blood of the humans is shed upon the earth. And all the earth is filled with blood and unrighteousness. And now, behold, the spirits of the souls of the humans who have come to their end are petitioning, and their groaning has come up to the gates of the heavens. And this moaning does not cease to emerge from the presence of the lawless deeds which have come upon the earth. And you know all things before they come to pass, and you see these things, and you permit them. And you do not tell us what we ought to do with regard to them on account of these things. Chapter 10, verses 1 through 6. Then the Most High spoke with regard to these things, and the Great and Holy One spoke. And he sent Sariel to the son of Lamech, saying to him, Go to Noah and tell him in my name, Hide yourself, and make clear to him that the end is coming, that all the earth will be completely destroyed, and tell him that a flood is about to come upon all the earth and destroy everything of the earth. And now instruct the righteous one, the son of Lamech, what he should do, how he may preserve his soul and escape to the age. And from him a plant will be planted, and his seed will endure for all the generations of the ages. And to Raphael he spoke, Proceed, Raphael, and bind Azazel hand and foot, tie his feet together, and cast him into the darkness, and open the desert which is in the desert of Dudael, and cast him there, and lay beneath him sharp and rough stones, and cover him with the darkness, and let him dwell there throughout the ages, and cover up his face, and do not let him see the light. And on the day of the great judgment he will be led away to the conflagration of fire. Chapter 10, verses 7 through 14. And heal the earth, which the watchers have desolated, and make clear the healing of the earth, that the stroke may be healed, and all the sons of the humans may not altogether perish on account of the whole mystery which the watchers have told and commanded their sons. And all the earth has been made desolate by the works of the teaching of Azazel, and over him ascribe all the sins. And to Gabriel the Lord spoke, Proceed, Gabriel, against the bastards, and against the half-breeds, and against the sons of sexual immorality, and destroy the sons of the watchers from among the sons of the humans. Send them against one another in a war of perdition, and length of days they will not have. And they will all request it of you, but no petition will be granted to their fathers and on their behalf, that they should expect to live a perpetual life, nor even that each of them should live 500 years. And to Michael he spoke, Proceed, Michael, make this clear to Shemihazah and the others with him, who have mated with the daughters of the humans, so that they were defiled by them in their uncleanness. And when they and their sons perish, and they see the perdition of their beloved ones, bind them for 70 generations in the wooded vales of the earth, until the great day of their judgment, and until the day of the consummation of the consummation, until the judgment of the ages is consummated. Then they will be led astray to the chaos of the fire, and to the torture, and to the prison, where they will be confined to the age. And whoever is completely burned and destroyed will, from now on, be bound together with them until the consummation of their generation. And at the time of the judgment, which I will judge, they will perish for all generations. Chapter 10, verses 15 through 22, chapter 11, verses 1 and 2. And slay all the spirits of the half-breeds and the sons of the watchers, because they have acted unrighteously against the humans, and slay all perversity from the face of the earth, and let every wicked work be gone. And let the plant of the righteousness and the truth appear, and it will become a blessing. The works of the righteousness and the truth will be planted even to the ages with joy. And now all the righteous ones will escape, and they will live until they beget thousands, and all the days of their youth and their old age will be completed in peace. Then all the earth will be tilled in righteousness, and all of it will be planted with trees, and it will be filled with a blessing. And all the trees of exceeding joy will be planted on it, and they will plant vines on it, and every vine which will be planted on it will yield 1,000 jugs of wine, and every seed which is sown on it, each measure will yield 1,000 measures, and each measure of olives will yield 10 baths of oil. Cleanse the earth from every uncleanness, and from all unrighteousness, and from all lawlessness, and from all sin, and remove impieties and all the uncleannesses which have come upon the earth. And all the sons of the humans will become righteous, and all the peoples will worship, and all will bless me, and all of them will prostrate themselves before me. And all the earth will be cleansed from every defilement and from every uncleanness, and I will never again send upon them any anger or scourge for all the generations of the age. And then I will open the storehouses of the blessing which are in the heavens, and send them down upon the earth, upon the works and the labor of the sons of the humans. And then truth and peace will be united together for all the days of eternity, and for all the generations of the humans. Chapter 12, verses 1 through 6. Before these things, Enoch was taken, and none of the sons of the humans knew where he had been taken, or where he was, or what had happened to him. And his dealings were with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And I, Enoch, was standing, blessing the Lord of the majesty, the King of the ages. And behold, the watchers of the great Holy One called me, Enoch the scribe, and spoke to me, Enoch the scribe of the righteousness, go and speak to the watchers of the heavens who left behind the high heavens, the holy place, the station of the age, and have defiled themselves with the women, and they themselves are acting as the sons of the earth do, and have taken women for themselves. Tell them, all of you have wrought a great desolation on the earth, and not one of you will have peace or forgiveness of sins. And concerning their sons, in whom they delight, they will see the murder of their beloved ones, and they will groan and make petition even to the age over the perdition of their sons, but they will have neither mercy nor peace forever. Chapter 13, verses 1 through 10. Now, Enoch, go and speak to Azazel. You will have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against you to bind you, and you will have no relief or petition, because of the unrighteous deeds which you revealed, and because of all the works of impieties and the unrighteousness and the sin which you revealed to the sons of the humans. And I went and stated to all of them together, and they all were fearful and trembling, and fear seized them. And they asked me to write a memorandum of petition for them, that they might obtain a petition of forgiveness, and that I should state the memorandum of their petition for them in the presence of the Lord of the heavens, because they were no longer able to utter anything, nor to lift up their eyes to the heavens, out of shame, because of the deeds through which they had sinned, and for which they had been condemned. Then I wrote out the memorandum of their petition, and the requests concerning all of their souls, with regard to every one of their deeds individually, and concerning all they were making request that they might obtain forgiveness and longevity. And I went off and sat by the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, which is southwest of Hermon. I recited the memorandum of their petition until I fell asleep. And behold, dream visions came upon me, and visions fell upon me, until I lifted up my eyelids to the gates of the palace of the heavens. And I saw a vision of the wrath of chastisement, and a voice came, saying, Speak to the sons of the heavens to reprimand them, And when I awoke, I went to them, and all of them were assembled together, and they were sitting and weeping at Abel-maim, which is between Lebanon and Senir, with their faces covered. And in their presence I stated, and I brought messages to them about all the visions which I had seen in my times of sleep. And I began to utter the accounts of the righteousness and the vision, and to reprimand the watchers of the heavens. Chapter 14, verses 1 through 7. A book of the accounts of righteousness and a reprimand of the watchers, who were from the first age, according to the instruction of the Holy One, the Great One, in the dream which I saw. In this vision I saw in my dream what I am now saying with a tongue of flesh, and with the breath of my mouth, which the Great One has given to the sons of the humans, so that they might utter things with them and to understand with their heart. As he destined, fashioned, and created the sons of the humans to understand the words of knowledge, so he has destined, fashioned, and created me to reprimand watchers, the sons of the heavens. I wrote down your petition, but in a vision the following was revealed to me, that you will not obtain your petition for all the days of eternity, but judgment has been consummated in the decree against you, and it will not be to you, that from now on you will not return into the heavens throughout all the ages, and a judgment has been decreed to bind you in bonds within the earth for all the days of the age, and that before these things you will see the perdition of your beloved ones, together with all their sons and their possessions, and that you will have no heirs to them. Instead, they will fall before you by the saber of total destruction. Accordingly, you will not obtain your petition concerning them, nor concerning yourselves. And all of you will be petitioning and making supplication, but not a single word will be uttered from the writing which I have written. Chapter 14, verses 8 through 25. And the following was shown to me in a vision. Behold, clouds in the vision were summoning me, and mists were crying out to me, and shooting stars and flashes like lightning were hastening me and speeding me along. And in my vision, winds carried me away and lifted me upward, and brought me up and made me enter into the heavens. And I went in until I drew near to a wall built of hailstones, and tongues of fire were encircling them all around, and they began to instill fear in me. Then I went into the tongues of the fire, and I drew near to a great house built of hailstones, and the walls of this house were like tessellated paving stones, and they were all of snow, and the floor was of snow, and the ceiling was like shooting stars and flashes of lightning. And in the midst of them were fiery cherubs, and their heavens were water. And a flaming fire encircled all their walls, and there were doors which were burning with fire. And I went into that house. It was hot as fire and cold as snow, and there was no delight of life in it. Fear enveloped me, and trembling seized me, and quaking and trembling I fell upon my face. And I saw in my vision, and behold, I saw another open door before me, and a house greater than the first, and all of it was built of tongues of fire, and all of it so excelled in glory and in honor and in majesty that I am unable to describe for you its glory and its majesty. Its floor was of fire, but its upper part was flashes of lightning and shooting stars, and its ceiling was a flaming fire. Now I was looking, and in it I saw a lofty throne, and its appearance was like ice, and its wheels were like the shining sun. And I saw a mountain of cherubs. And from underneath the great throne emerged rivers of flaming fire, and I was unable to look upon it. And the glory, the great glory, sat upon it. His cloak was like the appearance of the sun, but brighter and whiter than much snow. And no messenger was able to enter into this house and look upon his face because of the honor and glory, and no flesh was able to behold him. A flaming fire encircled him, and a great fire stood by him, so that none who surrounded him could approach him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, but he needed no counselor. His every rationalization was deed. And the holy ones of the watchers who approached him did not depart by night, nor by day did they leave him. Until now I had been on my face, prostrate and trembling, and the Lord called me with his own mouth and spoke to me, "Come here, Enoch, and hear my account." And one of the holy ones came to me and raised me up and made me stand and brought me up to the door, but I had my face bowed down. Chapter 15, verses 1 through 7. And he answered, speaking to me, "O human, the true one, a human of the truth." And I heard his voice, "Fear not, Enoch, a human of truth and a scribe of the truth. Come here and listen to my voice. Go and speak to the watchers of the heavens, who have sent you to ask on their behalf. It is you who should be asking on behalf of the humans, and not the humans on behalf of you. Why have you left behind the heavens, the highest heavens, the holy place of the age, and fallen asleep with the women, and were stained with the daughters of the humans, and taken women for yourselves, acting like the sons of the earth, and have begotten for yourselves children, sons which are giants? But all of you were holy ones and living as spirits, perpetual. Yet you were stained in the blood of the women, and gave birth in the blood of flesh. And you desired in the blood of humans, and you are producing flesh and blood, exactly as those do who die off and perish. It was for this reason that I gave them females, in order that they might cast seed into them, and in this way beget children by them, in order that descendants should never fail them upon the earth. But you were existing as spirits, while living perpetual, and are immortal for all the generations of the age. And this is why I did not make females among you. In the heavens is the habitation for the spirits of the heavens. Chapter 15, verses 8 through 12. And now the giants who were begotten by the spirits and flesh, they will call them wicked spirits upon the earth, for their habitation will be on the earth. The spirits which will come forth from the body of their flesh are wicked spirits, for they have come into being from humans, and the origin of their creation and the origins of their foundation are from the holy watchers. They will be wicked spirits on the earth, and wicked spirits they will be called. As for spirits of the heavens, in the heavens is their habitation. But spirits begotten on the earth is their habitation. And the vicious spirits of the giants, the Nephilim, act unrighteously and cause desolation, and attack, and wrestle and dash to the ground, and cause injuries. And they eat nothing, instead they abstain from food, and thirst, and produce phantoms, and stumble and fall. And these spirits will not rise up against the sons of the humans and of the women from whom they have come forth. Chapter 16, verses 1 through 4. And from the day of the time of the slaughter and perdition and death of the giants, the Nephilim, the mighty of the earth, the great ones of renown, the spirits which emerge from the soul of their flesh will continue to cause desolation, uncondemned. This is how they will cause desolation until the day of the consummation of the great judgment, when the great age will be consummated. From the watchers and the godless it will be consummated all at once. And now say to the watchers who sent you to ask on their behalf, who formerly were in the heavens, you were in the heavens, and there was no mystery which was not unveiled to you. And you learned a mystery which was from God. And in your hardness of heart you made this known to the women. And through this mystery the females and the humans are multiplying the evils upon the earth. Therefore speak to them, you have no peace. Chapter 17, verses 1 through 8. And these are the names of the holy messengers who keep watch. Uriel, the one of the holy messengers, the one who is over the world and Tartaros. Raphael, the one of the holy messengers, the one who is over the spirits of the humans. Reuel, the one of the holy messengers, the one who is tending the world of the luminaries. Michael, the one of the holy messengers, the one who has been assigned over the good things of the people and over the chaos. Sariel, the one of the holy messengers, the one who is over the spirits of whoever of the sons of the humans are sinning against the Spirit. Gabriel, the one of the holy messengers, the one who is over the garden and the seraphs and cherubs. Remiel, one of the holy messengers, the one whom God has put over those who rise. The names of the 7 chief messengers. Chapter 18, verses 1 through 8. And after they took me aside, they led me away to a certain place, in which the ones who are there become like a flaming fire, and whenever they may be wanting, they are appearing as if they were humans. And they led me away into a gloomy place, and into a mountain, the head of which was reaching into the heavens. And I saw a place of the luminaries, and the storehouses of the stars, and of the thunders, and into the depths of the air, where a bow of fire and its arrows and their quivers were, and the sword of fire and all the flashes of lightning. And they led me away as far as the so-called flowing waters, and as far as a fire of the west, which is also providing all the settings of the sun. And we came as far as a river of fire, in which the fire is running down like water, and is flowing into a great sea of the west. I saw all the great rivers, and I went as far as the great river, and as far as the great darkness. And I went off to a place where no flesh is walking around, and I saw the winds of the darkness, the wintry winds, and the outpouring of all the waters of the abyss. I saw the mouth of all the rivers of the earth, and the mouth of the abyss. Chapter 19, verses 1 through 5. And I saw the storehouses of all the winds, and I saw that through them he arranged all the created things. And I saw the foundation of the earth, and I saw the cornerstone of the earth. And I saw the four winds which are supporting the earth and the firmament of the heavens. And I saw how the winds stretch out the height of the heavens, and they are made to stand between earth and heavens. They are the pillars of the heavens. And I saw winds which are turning the heavens and causing the sphere of the sun and all the stars to set. And I saw the winds on the earth bearing in a cloud. And I saw the paths of the messengers. I saw at the ends of the earth the firmament of the heavens above. Chapter 19, verses 6 through 8. I passed by toward the south, and saw a place which is burning for itself night and day, where there are the 7 mountains made from very expensive stones, 3 lying into the east, and 3 into the south. And indeed of those to the east, the one was made from colored stone, but the second was made from a stone of pearl, and the third was from antimony. But the ones to the south were made from a fiery red stone, but the middle one of them reached into the heavens exactly as a throne of a god, made from emeralds, and the top of the throne was made from a stone of sapphire. Chapter 19, verses 9 through 16. And I saw a burning fire, and beyond these mountains is a place, an edge of the great earth. There the heavens will be completed. And I saw a great chasm of the earth between pillars of heavenly fire, and I saw in it pillars of the heavens of fire descending, and they were not measurable, either in depth nor in height. And beyond this chasm I saw a place where there was neither a firmament of heavens above, nor a firmly founded earth underneath it. Neither was there water upon it, nor birds. Instead it was a place desolate and fearsome. And there I saw 7 stars like great burning mountains. When I was inquiring about them, the messenger spoke to me. This place is the end of the heavens and earth. This became a prison for the stars of the heavens and the powers of the heavens. And the stars, the ones rolling in the fire, these are the ones which transgressed an ordinance of the Lord in the beginning of their rising, because a place which is outside of the heavens is empty, because they did not come out in their seasons. And he was made angry with them, and he bound them until the season of the consummation of their sins, 10,000 years. Chapter 20, verses 1 through 3. And Uriel spoke to me, Here in this place will be made to stand the messengers who were mingled with the women, and their multiform spirits are ruining the humans, and will mislead them to be sacrificing to the demons as to God, until the day of the great judgment, in which they will be judged with finality. And the women of the messengers who transgressed of the heavens will become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the spectacles, the extremities of all things, and no one among humans may see as I saw. Chapter 21, verses 1 through 10. And I traveled to a place where there was the unformed void, and there I saw fearsome work. I saw neither heavens above, nor did I see any firmly founded earth. Instead, it was a place unformed and fearsome. And there I looked at 7 of the stars of the heavens, bound and cast in it together, like great mountains, and burning in a fire. Then I spoke, For what reason have they been bound, and for what reason have they been thrown down here? Then Uriel said to me, one of the holy messengers who was with me, and he was their leader, and he spoke to me, Enoch, why do you ask? Why are you eager for the truth? These are the stars of the heavens which transgress the commandment of the Lord, and they have been bound here until the completion of 10,000 years, the time of their sinful actions. And from there I traveled to another place, more fearsome than the former, and I saw fearsome works, a great fire burning and flaming there. And the place had a narrow cleft extending to the abyss, full of great pillars of fire borne downward. Neither the measure nor the size was I able to see, nor to estimate. Then I spoke, How fearsome is this place, and terrifying to behold! Then Uriel, one of the holy messengers who was with me, answered me and spoke to me, Enoch, why were you filled with fear and intimidated like this? And I answered, Because of this fearsome place, and because of the sight, this terrifying sight. And he spoke to me, This place is a prison for messengers, and here they will be confined until an age into the age. Chapter 22, verses 1 through 7. And from there I was transported into another place, and to the west he showed me a great and high mountain, and of flint-hard rock. And there were 4 hollow places in it, having depth and width and very smooth. 3 of them were fully dark, and one was fully lit, and had a spring of water up the middle of it. And I spoke, How smooth are these hollows, and altogether deep and dark to view. Then Raphael, one of the holy messengers who was with me, answered me and spoke to me, These places, these hollow places, are there in order that the spirits of the souls of the dead individuals might be congregating themselves at one place into them. They were judged into this very place, with the result for the souls of all the sons of the humans to be gathered themselves here. And behold, these are the pits for the place of their incarceration. They have been fashioned in this manner until the day on which they will be judged, and until the time of the day of the end of the great judgment, which will be extracted from them. There I saw the spirit of a dead human petitioning, and his lamentation was going up as far as the heavens, and crying out and petitioning. Then I asked Raphael, the watcher and holy one who was with me, and spoke to him, This spirit, the one petitioning, whose is it, that in this manner his lamentation is advancing and petitioning as far as the heavens? And he answered me, saying, This spirit is the one which came out from Habel, whom his brother Cain murdered. And Habel makes petitions about him until the time for all his seed to perish from the face of the earth, and until his seed might be made to disappear from among the seed of the humans. Chapter 22, verses 8 through 14. Then I asked about him and about all the hollows, why they were separated one from the other. And he answered me, saying, These 3 were made for the spirits of the dead persons to be separated themselves. And this first hollow has been separated for the spirits of the righteous ones, of which the fully lit spring of the water of life is in it. And this second hollow has been created for the sinners, when they might die and are entombed into the earth, but a judgment has not been executed upon them in their life. Here their spirits are separated for this great torture, until the great day of the judgment, the day of the perpetual scourges and the tortures of the cursed, so that there might be a recompense for their spirits. There he will be bound to an age. Truly he is from the beginning of the age. And this third hollow has been separated for the spirits of the ones who are petitioning, whichever ones are making disclosure with regard to the perdition when they were murdered in the days of the sinners. And this fourth hollow was created for the spirits of the humans, as many as will not be sacred, but would rather be sinners, who were wholly impious, and they were companions with the lawless ones. But because the ones who are suffering tribulation here are chastised less, their spirit will not be afflicted with damage on the day of the judgment, nor will they be raised from here. Then I blessed the Lord of the glory and spoke, Blessed is the judgment of the righteousness, and blessed are you, O Lord, of majesty and of righteousness, who is the Lord of the age. Chapter 23, verses 1 through 4. And from there I was transported to another place, to the west of the limits of the earth. And I was shown a burning fire which ran through it, and which did not rest, nor even halt its course day and night, but remained constant. And I asked, saying, What is this fire which never rests? Then Reuel, one of the holy messengers who was with me, answered me and said to me, This course of fire which you saw, and this is the fire of the west, which chases out all the luminaries of the heavens. Chapter 24, verses 1 through 6. And from here I was transported to another place of the earth, and he showed mountains to me, and the ground between them was of burning fire, which was burning during the day and the night. And I proceeded farther on, and I beheld 7 glorious mountains, all differing each from the other, whose stones were precious in their beauty. And all the mountains were precious and glorious in their appearance, and beautiful in form. 3 to the east were firmly set one on the other, and 3 to the south one on the other, with deep and rough ravines. Not one approached any other. And to the mountain, the 7th mountain, was up the middle of these, and it was surpassing them in its height, like the seat of a throne. And fragrant trees were encircling it. And among them was a tree which I have not even at any time smelled, and among them was no other like it. It was having a smell more sweetly odored than all spices, and its leaves and its flower and the tree do not wither even into the age. But its fruit was beautiful, and its fruit was like dates of palm trees. Then I spoke, How beautiful is this tree, and fragrant! And its leaves are lovely, and its blossoms are very lovely to behold. Then Michael, one of the holy and honored messengers who was with me, and who was their leader, answered me. Chapter 25, verses 1 through 7. And he spoke to me, Enoch, why do you ask, and why do you marvel at the fragrance of this tree, and why do you want to learn the truth? Then I answered him, I, Enoch, and said, I want to learn about all things, but especially about this tree. And he answered me, saying, This high mountain which you saw, whose peak is like a throne of a god, is the seat where the great Lord, the Holy One of the glory, the King of the age, will sit whenever he may descend to visit the earth in goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no flesh has authority to touch it until the great judgment, in which there will be rightful punishment upon all, and a consummation until an age. Then it will be given to righteous and sacred ones. Its fruit will be food for the elect ones, and it will be transplanted to a holy place, beside the house of God, the King of the age. Then they will be gladdened, gladdening themselves, and they will be made to rejoice. And they will enter into the holy place. Its fragrances will be in their bones, and they will live a long life for themselves upon the earth, such as your fathers also lived in their days in sorrow, and tortures and strokes and scourges will not touch them. Then I blessed the God of the glory, the King of the age, who made ready such things for the humans who are righteous, and created such things, and said that he would give these to them. Chapter 26, verses 1 through 6. And from there I was transported to the center of the earth, And I saw a blessed, fertile place, where there were trees whose saplings survive and burgeon from a felled tree. And there I saw a holy mountain. From underneath the mountain, water came out of the east, and its descent was toward the south. And to the east I saw another mountain higher than it, and between them was a deep ravine which was narrow, and through it water flowed underneath the mountain. And to the west of this was another mountain lower than it, and not of great height, and a deep and dry ravine was beneath it, between them, and there was another deep and dry ravine at the summit of the 3 mountains. And every ravine was deep and narrow, of flint-hard rock, and there was not a tree planted in them. And I marveled at the mountain, and I marveled at the ravine. Indeed, I marveled exceedingly. Chapter 27, verses 1 through 5. And I spoke, Why is this land blessed, and all of it filled with trees, whereas that ravine between them is cursed? Then Sariel, one of the holy messengers who was with me, answered me and said to me, This cursed valley is for those who are cursed even to the age. Here all the accursed will be gathered together, those who state unseemly words with their mouth against the Lord, and utter hard words against his glory. Here they will be gathered, and here will be their habitation. At the last ages, in the days of the judgment of the truth in the presence of the righteous ones for all time. Here the impious ones will bless the Lord of the glory, the King of the age. In the days of their judgment they will bless in accordance with how he has imparted mercy to them. Then I blessed the Lord of the glory, and made clear his glory, and I hymned magnificently. Chapter 28, verses 1 through 3. And from there I went to the east, into the middle of the mountain range of the desert, and I saw that it was desolate. But a single place was full of trees and plants, and water was gushing forth upon it from above, flowing like a copious watercourse, approximately to the northwest. It brought water and dew from all around. Chapter 29, 1 and 2. From there I went to another place in the desert, and I departed far to the east of this mountain range. And here I saw trees of the field exuding fragrance choicer than costos, and the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh. And their trees were like nut trees. Chapter 30, verses 1 through 3. And beyond them I departed far to the east, and I saw another vast place, ravines of perennial water, in which were aromatic cane, like reeds. And on the lips of these ravines I saw the fragrant cinnamon. Chapter 31, verses 1 through 3. And beyond these ravines I was transported eastwards, and I was shown other mountains, and I also saw trees on them, from which emerged the resin called styrax and galbanum. And beyond these mountains I was shown another mountain toward the east of the ends of the earth. And all the trees in it were full of aloes, and it was like the shell of the almond. When an incision is made in these trees, a pleasant odor comes forth from them. When these barks are ground, they are sweeter than any perfume. Chapter 32, verses 1 through 6. And beyond these mountains, approximately to their northeastern side, I was shown other mountains, filled with choice nard and aromatic shells, and cardamom and pepper. And from there I was transported to the east of all these mountains, far from them, to the east of the earth. And I was conveyed over the sea of reeds, and departed over the summits far from it. And I crossed over the darkness far from it. And I passed on to the garden of the righteousness. And from afar I was shown trees which were more plentiful and larger than these trees, differing from those, and their fragrance was beautiful, very large and beautiful and glorious and magnificent, And I saw the tree of the sensibleness, whose fruit the holy ones eat and learn great sensibleness. The height of that tree is like the fir, but its leaves are like those of the carob, but its fruit is like the clusters of the vine, shining brightly, but its fragrance penetrates far beyond the tree. Then I spoke, "How beautiful is the tree, and how beautiful and pleasing in its appearance!" Then Gabriel, the holy messenger who was with me, answered and said to me, "This is the tree of sensibleness, from which your father of old and your mother of old, who were before you, ate and learned sensibleness, and their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven from the garden." Chapter 33, verses 1 through 4. And from there I proceeded to the ends of the earth, and I saw great beasts there, and they each differed from the other, and birds also differed in their appearance, and their beauty, and their voices, each differed from the other. And to the east of these beasts I saw the ends of the earth, on which the heavens rest, and the gates of the heavens open. And I saw how the stars of the heavens come forth, and I counted the gates from which they emerge, and I wrote down all their outlets, one by one, according to their number and their names, according to their conjunction and their position, and their seasons and their months, as Uriel, one of the watchers who was with me, showed to me. And he showed to me and wrote down for me everything, and also he wrote down their names and their appointed times and their functions. Chapter 34, verses 1 through 3. And from there I was transported to the north, to the ends of the earth, and there I was shown great and glorious wonders at the ends of the whole earth. And there I saw 3 gates of the heavens open in the heavens. From each of them the north winds emerge. When they blow, there is cold and hail and hoarfrost and snow and dew and rain. Through one gate they blow for good, but when they blow through 2 of the gates, it is with violence and affliction upon the earth, and violently they blow. Chapter 35, 1. And from there I was transported toward the west to the ends of the earth, and there I saw 3 gates of the heavens open, as I had seen in the east, the same number of gates and the same number of outlets. Chapter 36, verses 1 through 4. Then from there I was transported toward the south to the ends of the earth, and there I was shown 3 gates of the heavens open for the south wind, for dew and rain, and a wind came forth from there. And from there I was transported toward the east to the ends of the earth, and there I was shown 3 gates of the heavens open toward the east, and above them were small gates. Through each of these small gates pass the stars of the heavens, and they proceed westward on the path which is shown to them. And when I saw, I blessed, and I will always bless, the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders, that he might show the grandeur of his work to his messengers and to the spirits of the humans, so that they might glorify his work and all his deeds, so that they might see the work of his might and glorify the deeds of his hands and bless him forever. This concludes the Book of the Watchers.